This is why you're gaining weight on a carnivore diet. Have you been avoiding plants like the plague lately, starving more and more the probiotics that feed off of those plant foods? Specifically, I'm thinking about oxalate-containing plant foods. The further away you're moving away from eating plants, the less oxalate exposure you're giving your gut, the more you're starving Oxalobacter formigens probiotic, which thrives on eating oxalates. And that is a problem because people who have low amounts of Oxalobacter formigens in their gut have more thyroid disease, hypothyroidism, and more obesity. I will link the paper that goes over this very important topic, but first, hi, I'm Dr. Sarah Zoldivar, and I was featured, ironically, on the first ever carnivore diet documentary called Reverse TV. I also lost and maintained 35 pounds by lowering my body weight set point and raising my baseline dopamine, as I explained in this YouTube video. I've also quit my nutrition and exercise physiology jobs at the University of Miami, American College of Sports Medicine, Miami-Dade College, DeVry, and elsewhere, so I could focus on research and coaching the thousands of clients that I have been able to help by helping them get fitter, lower their body weight set point, increase their baseline dopamine, and get a new lease on life. You can check out the testimonials on drsarahzoldivar.com. So having a healthy population of Oxalobacter formigens is a marker of really good gut health, a diverse microbiota, and a resilient immune system. All health starts in the gut. When you have a healthy gut, you have no leaky gut, and your hormones are optimized, your brain function is optimized, you have high dopamine, high serotonin, all the happy brain chemicals, you have great skin and no inflammation, and the list goes on and on. So I'm finding it really alarming to see clients who have starved their microbiota because they've done carnivore for too long. In terms of why you can't lose weight or you even gain weight on carnivore, one of the main contributing factors is that you're starving your microbiota, of which Oxalobacter formigens is a really important player. Starving this probiotic in your gut is leading to gut imbalances, which is leading to leaky gut, which is leading to autoimmunity and thyroid autoimmune disease, and that's slowing down your thyroid function. And so now we have more problems we have to solve in order to seal your gut and help you lose weight. Even if you're not carnivore, just taking antibiotics and living a westernized lifestyle, maybe being exposed to glyphosate, which acts like an antibiotic when you're eating your plants, that all is gonna wipe out also Oxalobacter formigens from your gut and also other probiotic strains. So I do have another YouTube video that delves into additional ways in which you can troubleshoot weight gain if you are on a carnivore diet, or maybe even hopefully steer you away from doing carnivore for fitness and optimizing for your body composition. I'll link that YouTube video towards the end. But what are your options right now? Now, some folks have to do carnivore for a variety of reasons. Maybe they are just adamant that this is the best diet for them and they feel they're best on it. Or maybe it's just gonna take a far longer period of time to optimize for their gut and heal the root cause of their autoimmunity. And so just carnivore makes it so much easier to have all their symptoms at bay in the short term. So if you wanna stick to that, then at the very least look into probiotic supplementation or fecal microbiota transplant. Yes, it is invasive, disgusting, but it is a very powerful treatment. I know they have a Tampa center that helps guide you through that process. You can check that out. Probiotic supplementation is tricky because it's pretty hard to manufacture and optimize for that probiotic Oxalobacter formigens to stay alive in pill form, but they do have them in Europe if somehow you can get your hands on them. Or you could slowly reintroduce oxalate-containing plant foods slowly so that they start to grow at a fast enough pace whereby you can handle that oxalates, and now you can regrow them and make sure you maintain them so that you have a more resilient, strong, and happy microbiome, which leads to a happy, healthier life. Just make sure that the plants that you're consuming aren't sprayed with glyphosate, which acts like an antibiotic, which defeats the purpose, right? We don't want to kill more of that bacteria or that probiotic. So if you're sick and tired of restricting more and more on the carnivore diet, destroying more and more of the probiotics to the point where if you eat a piece of lettuce, you have to be wheeled off to the ER, then maybe let's take the opposite approach. Instead of taking smaller and smaller slices of a pie, why don't we bake a bigger, stronger, more resilient pie? Get you stronger, maybe reintroduce some carbs and some plants and see which ones you react the best with until the exercise and the increased microbiome diversity and the improvement in your metabolism Eventually, all this stuff increases your gut motility, seals your leaky gut way higher than whatever you can achieve on strict keto or carnivore, and then you can have a wider variety of foods and actually improve your metabolism as much as you want and raise your baseline dopamine and the brain chemicals as much as you want, because your level of fitness and speeding up that metabolism is equivalent to how much baseline dopamine you have. So you get to control that. With keto and carnivore diets, sure, it speeds up the metabolism a little bit, maybe by like 300 calories based off that famous study that showed a 300 calorie faster metabolism during ketosis, but then you're capped and you can't really push it any higher than that. Why don't we build a faster, stronger metabolism and raise baseline dopamine even more and seal leaky gut even more? A faster metabolism means faster thyroid hormones, means all of your hormones are going to be firing up on all cylinders. We can optimize them to a much higher degree with a strong body. If you found some healing on carnivore diets, that's great. Just remember, you will always be capped, because as time goes on, they're putting up even more 5G and Wi-Fi transmitters all around. And so what's going to happen to your blood-brain barrier, right? The more fit you get, the stronger and more resilient you are against all of the extra EMFs and the extra environmental toxins that keep being added in your surrounding. If you take the other approach, you'll find some short-term, it's like a band-aid type of healing, but eventually you lose your resilience to pretty much everything. Eventually it's like you walk into an apartment that has a little bit of mold and you lose it, or you start developing food sensitivities, and then histamine, you can't even tolerate it. And so it's a downward spiral of weakness, when there is a much better way that is far more enjoyable. Sure, it might take some experimentation, because if you've destroyed your probiotics, you can't go back and digest all the foods immediately. You have to slowly reintroduce them. But boy, isn't the outlook so much better, healthier, happier, more energetic. So reach out if you need coaching at drsarahzoliver.com/coaching. Make sure you're updated with my research at drsarahzoliver.com/newsletter. And if you like this kind of video, share it with a friend or family member who might benefit. And make sure you let me know by giving this YouTube video a thumbs up, subscribing, and hitting that little notification bell icon so YouTube alerts you every time I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.